one to the Mighty Morphing Millennial Rangers.
Well, welcome, everybody, to Mighty Morphing Millennial Rangers. I am Rick.
I'm Eric.
Hey, I'm Sean.
We got a guest star on this one, too.
You a guest?
Yeah, because you know way more about Power Rangers than I could ever feasibly imagine. I just like this stuff. You're like, the season, like, if you could be a talking head on one of those shows that's like, you're a Power Rangers historian.
Yeah, I mean, like if they did pop-up video still, like
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Power
Yo,
Rangers.
that would be fire.
Yeah, right.
Can we start that again? VH1?
Yeah, pop-up video.
Listen,
Let's do it.
if
Let's
you're
do
going to
it.
pop up video anything, pop up video Power Rangers.
Yes.
But
please.
also let us be on it. The fuck was that?
Cats interfering again.
Hey, let's see what they do.
That's fine.
Sean's got the pussy
Anyway.
all riled up.
That happens. Sorry.
They've learned to stay away from me at this point. Anyway, so this is episode 2, which is entitled
Entitled.
High Five.
High five. Sporat.
Yours is better. Let's keep that one in. High Five. So anyway, we start off the episode because we're just going to get right into it because this is probably where there's going to be music and stuff. But I forgot. I literally just started with a note on here that just says, I want to see Nicolas Cage as Zordon.
Yeah, dude, I'm super into that. Like, man.
I don't know why that was the first thought I had in this episode, but it is. So that's where it started from. Anyway,
Okay.
we have written by Steve Kramer and then Adrian Carr is the director, which is the same one from the first one. So if you haven't listened to our first episode of Mighty Morphin Millennial Rangers, I went through a whole deep dive of them. They've done a lot of stuff in the industry.
Yeah.
So like more stuff that I can physically count. We have a whole podcast of just what they've done.
Just listing their things.
Yeah.
Their
So
accomplishments.
we're not going to do that.
Right.
Anyway, so we open the episode back in Ernie's juice bar where we have the gang doing gym class for no reason, I guess.
Yeah, well, they just do that, man. Right?
Yeah.
In every episode, they're either Jason's doing some he's like pump some iron,
Yeah.
or they're doing karate lessons, or
And they're doing the let's climb the rope.
yeah, the typical like '90s high school
Yeah.
thing.
Either of you two, did you ever
I
climb the
never had to
Nope.
do that.
rope? No, that's literally was never a thing for me.
Literally only ever seen it in shows.
I would never been able to do it.
Anybody else out there? Has anybody else climbed the rope for gym class? Let us know.
The ship, I think, stopped in like the early 80s.
Did it? Is that what it was?
Probably for safety.
Yeah. They had
Jesus
too many,
Christ.
people, kids just fucking falling from the ceiling.
Breaking their fucking legs and
Just
shit.
falling off.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. That's literally what was my question is here. Did people still do that? That's nuts. There's we
This show
have
is 30 years old.
Trini who has height fright. She's like, I ain't getting up there. No, thank you.
Acrophobia is what that's called.
See, this is why we have. I'm just like, nuh-uh, bitch, I ain't climbing shit. And you're
Yeah,
like, actually,
She has bitch phobia.
Actually, it's an extreme aversion to heights, not just like a regular fear of heights. Like it's an extreme aversion, the acrophobia.
anyway. So, yeah, that's that. And then we see Billy come in. He's like, hey, I've got this cool thing to show you guys. And Jason is climbing the top of the rope and then just kind of lands on him for a second. And I'm like, oh no. You're on my shoulders and your stuff is touching me. Oh no. Please don't do that.
Which is funny. I'm going to play off that for a second. When Rachel was making all those fucking logos and shit for us, and she made the one that I sent you, she made us as Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And she made you as the Blue Ranger, and I was like, I'm not sure if you did this on purpose. I'm like, but did you make Ricky the Blue Ranger because the dude that plays the Blue Ranger is gay in real life? And she's like, oh my god, no. It was like, I didn't know that. She's like, oh my god, was like freaked out.
That's
I'm
hilarious.
like, it's great. I'm probably
Perfect,
the
it's
only one that thought about it. I'm like, we're gonna keep it.
That was the first, when you said it, that was the first thing that popped in my mind. That's why he left the show. He was bullied by the crew, not the cast.
The actual crew?
The crew of the show. Yeah, and the management. Yeah, they bullied him because he was gay. So he left.
That's fucked.
Just walked off the show.
Hell yeah. Honestly, get it.
Yeah.
And then I have on here, Billy gets reverse Rona'd by Jason.
He does. He does.
So after that, we get our annual or episodic Bulk and Skull appearance. And they're all like, you guys are dumb. Climbing a rope.
Right.
Suck.
And then Bulk and Skull. They're underrated as fuck.
They really are. Honestly, they have the best character arc.
Yeah, they do. They actually have the only development out of any
Besides
of the
Zach.
characters.
I think Zach is the only one that actually has a character.
He has the most relatable character, I think,
Yeah.
out of all the
Everybody
all of
else
them.
is just
Yeah.
kind of like, I'm doing good.
Have y'all seen the new one that
Yes.
wasn't always?
Yeah.
Right. So he was the actual only one that had like decent acting skills as well. Apparently.
Well, there's that. So after he gets reverse around and Bulk and Skull are like, hey, you guys suck for not being able to do this. Basically, they kind of egg Bulk on to do this. And he's like, I can do this. That's not a problem. So, and of course, and then we have a 5 or 6 minute of Bulk just getting fat shamed.
Yeah, dude. What the hell? Like they're bullying. Like you can't climb this. Well, they don't say that, right? But Bulk comes out and he's just like, our Skull's like, you don't think Bulk can climb this rope? And Jason doesn't say a damn word. He just looks at him like, oh yeah, okay. So you're being a bully without saying the words.
Yeah. So that's more fucked up the more that goes on through the show, because it's not just a once and done thing.
Right.
It's just like, haha, you're different. I wonder why that is.
Right.
And then they stare at his stomach or something. And I'm
Yeah.
like, bitch, what is happening here? And then I put on here that Skull's voice when he does the laugh in this episode.
Well, I can't do it. I can't.
Yeah,
do it.
it's the beginning to wipe out.
100%.
So Eric, if you can put that soundbite in. I put Skull's voice when he does the laugh is the beginning to wipe out. He goes, ah! And then I was like,
Yep.
there it is. And then from there on, after Bulk pulls the whole ass thing out of the thing and is fat shamed again.
Right.
He pulls the rope like out of the ceiling. It didn't just like fall. Like parts of the ceiling come down and hit Bulk.
And I'm like, we get it. He's fat.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
Damn.
And then we're back to Rita's clock palace / studio apartment on the moon. And everybody is just, they're upset about something. They're mad about the Power Rangers because they lost the last time, I guess, or something. Yeah. So drag queen Rita's pissed off. And then they show everybody else up there. And then we're cutting right back to Billy is showing everybody the watches that he's made. And he's like, hey,
The communicators.
these are going to be, you can communicate and Zordon and stuff like that. And then I'm like, how is Billy this smart?
Right. He's a nerd. He has glasses.
It's true.
Do
you think if he lost the glasses, he would lose the smarts? Discuss.
No, because later in the show, he legit loses the glasses and never puts them back on. And he's still just as smart.
Yeah, see? Well, maybe there it is. I guess in the 90s, that's what it was.
Character development.
Yeah. Character development. I lost my glasses. I'm still smart, though.
No more overalls for Billy.
Yes. And I put on here that how is Billy this smart, but also kids nowadays just do Fortnite dances. And that's it. Because they're supposed to be 12 or 13, or how are the 16? How are the Power Rangers actually supposed to be?
They're just teenagers with attitude, man. There's no. They do eventually graduate in Zeo, I think. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess they're still in high school, so they got to be 15,
yeah,
16?
So when it starts, it's probably.
I would say 16, 17.
16,
Okay.
17, yeah, probably.
And I put on there, so they're accidentally messing with their little watches, and I said, how does each watch know their ice pop color?
I don't know what that is.
Ice pop?
Yeah.
It's like
ice crack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They have their
I
own
didn't know
color.
that was their name.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not.
My child calls them soxicles.
I mean,
Because when he was a kid, we used to put a sock on him so his hands wouldn't freeze. So that's just what he fucking calls
that's
them.
hilarious.
The soxicles. I did make a note that this seems to be the episode where they start using all the morphing slang.
We talked about that.
That's
Yeah.
what we talked about, yeah. This is where we get. I think in the first episode, I think Kimberly might say something like along those lines.
Like
maybe
more phenomenal.
More phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's in it when she gets in the pterodactyl. But no, she's like, hey, nice stereo. Or no, that was in the movie. Anyway,
There's a lot of Power Ranger stuff happening.
there's a lot of Power Rangers. Anyway, but yes, this is So they say more phenomenal. They say morphin. They say Billy says more fortuitous at one point in this episode.
What
What?
Cue the honk hat again.
It just
Huh?
it reminds me of the beginning of one of the Turtles movies when they're doing that shit.
Oh yeah, cowabunga. Yeah.
And they're just saying a bunch of shit.
So everybody is messing with their things, and they get zapped to the Power Ranger station, which is the command center.
Excuse you. Yeah. Thank you. The command center.
Listen,
Come on.
I like the Ranger station.
I like Ranger Station.
That makes way more sense.
I think that's like an actual like YouTube channel or something.
Is it?
Yeah.
The Ranger Station makes sense.
For Power Rangers. Yeah.
Anyway.
Or something. I forget.
So he gets there, and then Zordon reads Billy to filth. He's like, "Oh, looks like you made this thing." And he's like, "You dumb motherfucker, Billy.
Alpha
You
will fix it."
stupid bitch. You absolute fucking moron. You can't even get this microwave thing correct. You know, good try, but don't worry. We're going to fix your mistake, you dumb slut."
So to translate that, Zordon is very upset. He's not actually saying. He's like, "Hey, congratulations, you made this thing that does this thing, but we're gonna make it better.
Yeah.
we let you teleport with it too."
Yeah. And then Alpha gets the zoomies for nothing.
Yeah, for no reason. He always does.
He's just like, homeboys, homegirls, and then he's like, blah, 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 blah. I think Alpha's on crack.
Obviously, or at least the
gonna die if somebody edited that
actress
shit.
in the suit. I mean, no respect to her, but
Yeah,
but
I'm
she
just
might have been
saying.
too. Yeah.
I'm just saying, honest to God, you know, it just makes a lot of sense. And then we're back to the studio apartment on the moon, and the gay furry is making a model spaceship for some reason.
Okay.
And you said there was a reason for this.
There's a reason for this. There's no good fucking reason in the actual episode, but this is using footage from the Sentai show, and this is actually from the first episode where the astronauts uncover Rita, right?
Yeah.
So she has kidnapped the astronauts in the Sentai version.
Oh.
She's kidnapped the astronauts. She has their ship, and I forget the specifics of why they put it back on the Earth. Also, her base is not on the moon in Sentai. It's like on a new planet that just appeared in orbit after being gone for I don't forget what it was, but
Okay.
yep.
The cat said so.
But that's why when they're on the moon, like they're like on the moon, and there's like an atmosphere in the first episode.
I was always wondering, and I'm just like, you have a studio apartment with
It's
just
not
like
the moon.
open flooring on the moon. I feel like that's not going to go well, but who knows? Why is the spaceship so small? Do we ever figure that out? Because she can just manipulate molecules, I guess.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's a whole ass spaceship. They're pretty big.
There's no reason for it in the actual Power Rangers.
Okay.
No, none.
So then, drag queen Rita is pissed off because she's like, you know what? We got to make a monster. Fuck these Power Rangers. I want them dead. And she goes to her gay assistant, who's just like, listen, none of these are gonna sashay away. I've got a new one here, and it's gonna be the best monster of all time. And so he puts them in this little machine, and then there's a suction cup, and then Bones is born. Or as I called him, EDM Spirit Halloween Skeleton.
It's true.
So Spirit Halloween EDM Skeleton is born, and he's like, welcome to the Power Rangers. I'm gonna kick some ass.
Such a departure from the frickin' Sentai version, by the way, because he is creepy. He only like clicks and stuff like when he talks. Yeah, it's weird.
That's way better.
Yeah.
This one just sounds like he's in a metallic hallway.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, and I put on here, he looks like somebody is going in cosplay of Ghost the band, and sounds like he's got a bad EDM filter on his voice.
Yeah,
so
that's
that
true.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And then just wrote down camp celebration. Like everyone's just so excited that they just made a monster. They're like, yes, monster!
1,000%. Every fucking time too.
They do every time.
Every week. It's Monster Day.
It's only more funny because Rachel's been watching RuPaul, and that's all I pictured was a room full of drag queens going, "Yes, a monster! Gag me, bitch! Gag me!"
That's what's happening. And then Rena sends the sex slaves to a quarry for some reason.
Yeah.
Well,
That's where the Rangers are.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If you didn't see the first episode or listen to the first episode, the putties are sex slaves.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah.
End of story. They're hanging out on the moon with a drag queen and a bunch of just like assorted things that are just kind of there. Which, as I told you, that sounds like a good ass time.
I know, right? Like, I want to go party with Rita.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, honestly. I mean, downside, the Rangers might fight you every once in a while, but they don't actually kill anybody.
Whatever, as long as Rita steps on me. I mean, what?
Should I show fucking Sean that YouTube thing I showed you before?
Which one?
The one that Silas showed me with the fucking
Yes.
the Rita Repulse.
When
Whatever
we're
the fuck it
done,
was.
for sure.
Okay.
Anyway. So then we have the sex slaves.
Slaves?
Sex slaves.
They're wearing skin tight outfits.
Can that be the thing? Wait, every time we mess up, can we do that? Can that be a funny thing?
100%.
Anyway.
Lucy agrees.
Rita, yes. Rita sends them to the quarry, and then because the Power Rangers are like, oh, no one can see us except for the 5 putties who are standing right in front of you.
Are they walking back from the command center?
I don't know.
I don't know why they're walking.
Why
in the
are we
desert.
at the quarry?
Why are they in the desert? Yeah, because they
Quarry?
Quarry. I don't know.
Anyway, so we're there, and then there's a fighting montage.
Yes.
So they're just like, "Huda! Kucha!" And they're like,
That's accurate.
and then for some reason or another, the 2 like least seasoned fighters are like, "Hey, why don't we split up and then go this way, away from the other fighters who are much better from us?"
Right.
And I'm like, "Okay."
Like Trina can fight, but Billy cannot.
Cannot. Zero fighting skills whatsoever. And then they get to a point where there's a fork in the road, and then they're like, hey,
Let's split up again.
let's split up again to the guy who can't fight. He's going to go off on his own. And
But
I'm
it's
just
his
gonna say,
fucking idea, by the way. It was not Trini's idea.
he's not smart. No. Like, he can build shit, but
Right. Yeah.
He's got no street smarts.
at all. Yeah, right there. Billy split the party is what I wrote down for my notes in this part of the episode. I'm like, God damn it, Billy.
Jason's initial idea, because he's like, he wants to split everybody up, right? He wants to split up the putty forces because they're being surrounded. It's Jason's initial idea. Then Billy's dumbest fucking idea.
Yeah, well,
going off on his own.
What are you going to do, you know? And then I said on here, Billy, you're too late. What is that? Billy, you're too late, bro? Oh, he's afraid of heights.
Billy's not afraid of heights.
Somebody's afraid of Trina's afraid of heights.
Trini.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know what my note is there. I wrote it down. It must have been when I was writing this at lunch. I was like, what the fuck is happening? And because he goes all the way up to the very top of the hill.
Yeah, for some reason.
So not only you know that is your girl. You know Trini. We know her. She's afraid of heights.
Right.
And you're going to split up with her knowing you can't fight. And the only other person that can help you is afraid of them.
Right.
So where do you go?
As high as you possibly can.
As high as you possibly can. Sound decision making, Billy. So he gets up to the top of this hill, and that's literally what I wrote on here. I'm like, Trini's got the hots for Billy, right? We're all going to be on the same page here.
Yeah, I think overall, yeah, because they did not write his character to be gay like
Yeah.
he was personally. So, yeah, I mean, they try to set him up with multiple females. I would not be surprised one bit if
Just the way that,
Trini
like-
was into that. Although Twee, the actress, she was very flirty on set. Like she would do stuff to rile the guys up a lot.
See? This is why we have him around. Who
What
knew?
kind of stuff?
You know, like they're staying in the command center, and like Jason's really cold, and they're in skin tight suits, and she has rubber butt on them or whatever. Like,
Oh, what?
Oh, God, damn.
this is according to Austin St. John.
Allegedly.
So this is alleged.
There's a lot of allegeds with us in St. John, like tax fraud. Anyway, so yeah, Trini is. There's no other reason why she's going to climb a mountain to save this motherfucker, because I'd just be like, you're dumb. Figure it out.
Right.
But that's just me.
She has that line too. She's like, I can't do this, but I must.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you? After she went, Billy, you're too high.
Oh, wait. This is the break of the episode. Can we all do it at the same time?
What?
Billy, you're too high. Bro. How high is Billy, man?
Probably about as high as I was when I watched this episode.
Yeah.
Because I laughed. That was my note, was what she said that I laughed with. Ha, me too.
Oh, shit.
Perfect.
And then we have back and forth because we see everybody. It's intense, right? Billy's up at the mountain. Trini's like, I'm going to come with the power of my yellow scrunchie and I'm going to save you. Climbing this mountain. And then we have all the sex slaves moshing around the Rangers. Like, they're having a party down there.
Like they're all like surrounded and stuff.
So it's all, and then we have Trini who gets up there in time to save Billy, and she starts beating some ass. And well, no, she doesn't have to beat anybody's ass because she gets up there and
tricks
she's
him.
like, "You!" Hogan points at him.
Yeah.
And then the putty's like, "Woo!" and then just like fucking throws himself off a cliff.
Yeah. He
And I'm
tries
like,
to fight them, and they step out of the way.
I think he's just had enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like, listen, I've had so many things inserted to me this week.
That's right. That's right.
a sex
I
slave.
only have one hole, and
Yeah.
it's just my mouth hole.
That we know of. They're made of clay.
That's true. That's true.
We don't know what holes putties have. Please don't write them in.
Yeah, please don't.
I don't want to know. Anyway, and then we have, for some reason, after they get, I'll say, the putty yeets himself off of a cliff, we have the Rangers down at the very end. They break up the mosh pit.
Yeah, they do.
All together. They
Like
come
the
down
worst
there.
Fucking move.
Yeah, and then they literally, what is this move? Like it's like the big swing that Cesaro does. That's not Cesaro anymore, is it? Claudio Castagnoli.
Yes.
I couldn't think of his real name forever. Anyway, so Claudio does this big swing where he grabs the legs and he spins them around until you get real dizzy.
Right.
So Jason has one person by the legs like that, and he has another person on his shoulders, and they're swinging around, just flipping around,
Yes.
hitting footies, and I'm like, that's what?
What even is this? Like what? And then, but like Zach and Kimberly, who he's spinning, know what to do. They're just like,
Yeah.
oh, he said the thing. Let's do that thing.
Yeah.
What?
This is like every moment
Why do you know this?
when I'm at work and I look at my coworker, I'm like, hey, can you give me that thing? And they're like, oh, yeah.
Right. But these people who should be friends,
Yeah, well, yeah.
apparently have enough rapport to do that.
That's right. It'll even put on, it's a wild version of the giant swing. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then then we have, for some reason, as they're getting hit, they're getting pushed off into where these cactuses are because we're in the quarry here.
Right.
And they all end up with cactuses in their ass.
Yes, all the putties. Yep, they run away. And then for whatever reason, Rita's telescope is camera level.
Yeah.
Not like moon and like you're zooming and you see them running away from like this bird's eye view. No.
Just cause.
Camera level. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just cause.
Yep.
Stop it. Just cause. Don't think about it anymore.
Yep.
I have questions
You should
about
every time you watch Power Rangers.
how all of them got cactuses up their ass. Eric, can you?
What? I mean, their potty is going to stick to them.
But why? They're just
all
like
the
fucking
Rangers.
needles,
the
dude.
Rangers threw them into the.
why is it in
fucking-
their ass? Do you think it'd be some on their arm or like in their neck, someplace?
Maybe that's just where they mostly took the bump.
We need to talk about how
Yes.
the Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin versions, get the short end of the stick on powers. Like Billy can't fight unless he's morphed. Like
Yeah.
all the other Rangers and all the other seasons, it's just like we have powers outside of our suits and like we can do all these cool things. And it's not these guys.
They did get hoed out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we get a long kind of like viewing globe of Trini and Daddy Zordon praised Kink's Trini.
This is where the first time it's ever uttered, by the way, in the show, is it's Morphin time, and it's from Zordon.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know it was the first time, but I remember he was one that said it. I'm like, why the fuck did he say it?
Right, and then they just fucking awkwardly hold up the morphers to the camera. They don't fucking do like the regular like yeah.
Like I don't know if you heard the whoo, but yeah, it's very slow. They're just like,
I guess.
I guess anyway. And then we have EDM Spirit Halloween Skeletons breaking up the Morphin thing. He's, I guess, at a carnival.
Yeah. So he goes
some
down to
reason?
the carnival.
Yeah.
The Sentai version makes more sense. I forget. There's a reason why they're at the carnival in the Sentai.
Anyway, so Spirit Halloween Skeletons like, we're going to get some horrors. And then he has a light tube, or it's not. I called it a light tube, but it's like a light stick sword.
Yeah.
So which further, he's an EDM Spirit Halloween skeleton.
100%. Yeah, he's Raven.
And then he's like, and pulls his head off, and it's like a dimension, and then sucks them in for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've kind of skipped over that. So the reason why that they go into another dimension, Rita's trying to trap them in a time warp like she did Zordon. Even though it looks nothing like the same thing. She's trying to trap them in a time warp.
Listen, I've seen Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is not the time warp.
That's true.
It's a jump to the left.
100%. You're right.
My note was they get taken to a place that looks like I've been when I've been on shrooms.
Yeah.
And it's
Honestly,
like the same foggy room they use for fucking everything.
It is. Oh, yeah.
Like
oh,
with
yeah.
the whole Green Ranger candle,
The
same
Dark
foggy
Dimension.
room.
Yeah, it's same fucking
and then we have he has these little like. Have you ever seen that SNL skit for David S. Pumpkins?
No.
It's stupid. Tom Hanks is David S. Pumpkins. It's I'll have to show it to you. It's
Okay.
really,
Is it supposed to be like a play on Hunter S. Thompson?
yeah, it's a really stupid thing, but it's going to be one of those you're just like, that's kind of funny, I guess. Anyway, so they have his skeletons, of which, if you know the reference, you get the reference. The skeleton people are trying to fight them because apparently they're in this time warp too.
Yeah. Who knows?
And then I said, this is kind of like a Smashing Pumpkins music video. And I'm like, I guess. And then, I forgot I called Squat Blue Shrek. So I wrote that back down here in the notes. So Squat and the furry butler. And when I say furry butler, he's not furry. He is in a fur suit and is a butler.
He is a furry.
Yeah. And then they light some incense that kind of looks like a pumpkin, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, we're trying to set the mood, I guess, because we're in here in hell, I guess. And then for some reason, they slam it down on the ground and open up a portal to hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems right. And then we have everybody in there is like, hey, I have a great idea. We've got these guns on our hips. We should probably shoot the skeleton. And then they shoot the skeleton and he falls apart. And he's like, oh, shit, I'm in pieces now.
Just kidding, motherfuckers. I'm immortal.
Yeah. And then he's like, JK, what? And then EDMs himself back up, as you do. God, can we do a supercut of that? Just that picture of him, and it's just. And he's like,
Maybe if we get on TikTok, I can figure out how to fucking put audio to video.
After the Molly kicks in. Anyway, so he gets back up and. I guess Trini starts beating ass for some reason. He's like, all right, these guns didn't work and this is my episode, so I guess I have to get more screen time. So she starts just beating everybody's ass and just runs up to the skeleton and grabs his head, runs it over to the portal to hell, and is just like, haha,
tosses it in.
yeah. And I'm like, well, I guess that's one way to do this.
Just gotta destroy the head to kill him.
I guess. And then that's literally what I have. Rita is pissed off, and then she's like, I guess I'm gonna send a knight.
Randomly, yeah.
Yeah, there's a night.
Yeah,
like
again,
a Ka night, not like the time of day.
Right, yeah. That's another thing from Sentai they just didn't explain.
So we have you here to explain this for us. So what is that? Is it just like a monster?
I think he's part of the. I forget. I honestly forget. It's been a long time since I've watched the Sentai, but I know that he's part of like their crew at first.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Kanitas?
the Bandora crew. So she's the witch Bandora in the Sentai. Rita is. Yeah, she's part of the Bandora crew.
No, I mean, you're saying drag queen weird, but okay.
Fair.
So is that like their drag troupe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the knight is part of the drag troupe. So is he part of? I wonder if he was like Goldar's only straight friend.
Yeah, I think he wasn't trapped in there with them, but I think he was part of their like friend group. They reinvited him. Yeah.
Because we decided, I don't think this is with Eric here. Goldar's their straight that's on thin ice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's part of their little gaggle of friends.
Okay.
He's the one straight. Nobody else in that group is straight, let's face it. So anyway, so then there's a knight, and then there's a shaky 90s distortion that pulls them out of their little...
Yes, with a little bit of guitar riff. I like that.
It's like... And that's like...
Yeah.
And they're out of there. And then Jason's like, oh shit, there's a knight. And then the knight grabs him, and he just... Anyway, I start blasting.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
And then it says, right here, because they're summoning the dinosaurs. And the conversation that we had before we started the show is, how much structural and environmental damage do you think is caused by those Zords being summoned every week?
So fucking much. Like, so
Can you imagine the
so
environmental
much.
impact report of the Zords?
Well, just you said earlier, like the freaking pterodactyl alone, every time it comes out of the volcano, it erupts. Like, that's not okay. How much ash is getting put in the atmosphere?
Probably a lot.
A lot.
Power Rangers is why we have global warming now.
Yeah.
Listen, we thought it was all the white people in Congress. Nope.
No,
It's the
thanks,
Power Rangers.
thanks, Kimberly.
Yeah, it's just her. So then we have T-Rex versus the Knight, and then the T-Rex is just starting to just beat that Knight's ass in every sense of the term.
Yeah, as soon as that music shifts, you know,
Yeah.
that,
It's like, oh,
someone's
boy.
getting the ass beat now.
And then I put on here that the T-Rex does a kangaroo kick to
It does.
the Knight.
But it doesn't just do the kangaroo kick where you jump and you shove your legs forward to kick somebody away and then fall on your ass. No, it just stays in the air and it flails its arms and it kicks a little bit. it's like, what the fuck?
It's kind of like, like somebody with like autism that's stimming. It's like, oh, I kicked somebody.
Jesus Christ.
Listen, I have autism. It's fine. I killed everybody in the room.
Yeah. You killed the mood.
Anyway, and then I have on here the T-Rex burps and then just kind of like wafts it at the Knight.
Yeah.
And then he just disintegrates.
Yeah, the easiest victory in the entire show.
It
It
was
burps.
just like, all right, I beat somebody's ass, and now I'm just like, how do we beat this thing? I know.
My indigestion.
Which there could have been better ways, but anyway. And then we have here that Rita is just a walking billboard for aspirin at this point.
Yes,
She
yeah,
always
100%.
has a headache.
Her headache is constant.
It's because she has to wear all that eye makeup all the time. Honestly,
Right.
Like, she's up there just like constantly serving cunt. And it's just a lot of work. What, do you not know what that is?
No,
Really? That's
no.
drag queens serve cunt all the time.
I don't know what that means.
Hold up. Wrong show. Anyway, so after all that, Ernie is walking through and he's like, he calls the spirit Halloween EDM skeleton a zombie. And I wrote that down because I'm like,
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, Ernie calls
he
him a
does.
zombie. He
Yeah,
does,
and I'm
straight
like,
up.
Does he not know what a zombie is?
All right.
Anyway,
It does technically come back when it's been killed, but that's
does.
about the only
I
connection.
guess. And then Zordon on here, it says he fixes all the watches all of us wanted as a kid. And they can teleport and they can use their Apple Watches to talk to each other now.
That's correct.
And then Zach kind of sneaks around and startles Trini, and she's like, "Oh shit!" and then climbs the rope and is like,
That has magically been fixed.
Yeah, they'd fix that. And everyone's like, "Oh wow, Trini, I guess you're over your height fright now." And I'm like, "Well, you did scare her up the thing." But
Right.
Anyway. And Trini is pissed, and then we have that exasperated 90s sigh to end the episode.
Right.
You.
You. Oh, you.
And then we have, directed by Haim Sabat and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever, produced by.
Yeah.
So what we do on this show is we have our 90s moment of the episode. We can all have a 90s moment that was like an episode that could only happen in the 90s.
Oh.
And if it isn't Alpha, just going, welcome to the hood.
Welcome to the hood.
Homeboys,
Yes.
homegirls.
Yeah. 100%. Or you could
That's it.
you could actually just take right before that happens. Kimberly's like, "Oh, it's so 90s" when she gets the communicator.
Can you
What?
call something 90s when you're in the 90s?
I know.
Listen, I know you're a wonderful person, but I want to know. I need answers. Can you do that? Anyway. So that was my 90s thing. Eric, what about you?
Mine would probably be the fat shaming because you can't do that shit now.
No, you definitely can.
Not
it
on
happens
TV.
a lot, not as much.
Obviously not on TV and not so blatant.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's blatant. Like, I mean, they never really come out and say it, right? But they're just, it's clear. Like he takes one pull up the rope
Yeah.
and the whole thing comes down. It's just like, come on.
What are we doing here? Anyway.
And the ceiling is perfectly repaired. Like nothing ever happened.
Obviously, it's
when
not
they
a
showed
public
Trini
school.
on top. Yeah.
Sizzle.
Yep.
And then, so what we do is we rate the monsters. Our scale is 1 through 5,
Yeah.
but it's, pterodactyl, saber-tooth tiger, or, we go how they would morph in real life.
Right.
Mastodon, anyway. So with the EDM Halloween skeleton, honestly, I gave him 4 stars.
Yeah.
Like, that's a solid saber-tooth tiger.
Gotcha.
He's got a dimensional rift in his brain.
Right.
He can get knocked around. I mean, it did take literally Trini throwing his head into a hell dimension to kill
Only
him.
way to kill him. Yeah.
Yeah. I give him a solid 4. I don't know what you guys give him, but
I'd agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 4 too because he's not. I would say he's an iconic villain. That's one of the villains people think of when they think of Mighty Morphin. But
okay.
he's not gonna take. He's not green with evil villain, right?
Right.
So yeah, you can't give him the 5, but for sure 4.
4, good. He's a good one. And then I have the sex slaves because they're back this episode. They're 2.
Sure.
They shoved a lot of cactuses up their ass this episode and threw themselves off a cliff. So they really didn't do a whole lot of
Throw him a
anything.
bone and
They did mosh. I guess the moshing scene was pretty cool.
That was pretty sweet.
So that's a 2-star for me.
But then one committed suicide for no reason.
Yeah, well,
There are reasons.
we don't know what's going on up there.
That's right.
And then and then we have the knight. I don't know. I gave him a 1 star because I'm
Yeah.
like, you just came out of nowhere and you got taken out by a burp.
Right. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. He's
Right.
definitely pterodactyl.
What is happening right now?
He didn't know.
You just got belched on and that was it.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
One of the only times I think that you see the Tyrannosaurus sword take down a monster solo.
That's true. That's pretty cool. The other ones can't do anything, I've noticed. They're just kind of like,
Yeah, they're there for support. I mean, Billy's has he can launch the Triceratops horns, I think, with chains and like wrap stuff up or whatever.
Yeah, so he doesn't Zach's thing like blow snow or
Yeah,
some
it's
shit.
like ice. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure at one point it freezes something.
Yeah.
everybody, I see you're at a picnic. I got this really cool parlor trick. Hang on. Mastodon.
Right.
Your drinks are cold again.
Saber-tooth tiger just growls. I don't know.
So then we go through and we actually just rate the overall episode. And I'm going to give it I don't know, guys. What do you guys give it? 1 out of 5.
Do I have to do it in Zords?
Yep.
Triceratops.
Is it 4?
That's a 3.
That's a 3. Yeah, I think I said 3 too.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
remember what order they go, so I'm just gonna say 2.5.
That's
Now I have to, it's like going through the alphabet and being like
Pterodactyl.
ABC.
Yeah. we're probably going to keep this up for a couple more episodes, and then we're just going to go back to a star rating. It's neat. It's
The
quirky.
only reason I know it's Triceratops is 3 is because it's Triceratops.
It's-
It has 3 horns.
God damn it. God damn it. Is that why they put him in the middle?
I don't. Maybe.
He was literally the third person.
Yeah, it's very possible because they do base like numbers like Zeo Ranger 1, Zeo Ranger 2. It's all based on the amount of corners their shapes have.
God damn it.
Yeah.
This is pissing me off.
Zeo Ranger 1 has none. It's the circle.
And I gave it a solid 3 because we get our communicators for the first time in the series. The T-Rex burps on a guy and kills him. That's pretty cool. Trini beats a lot of people's asses and throws a head down a thing. I mean, that's cool.
You're right.
And then... Oh, yeah. Trini climbs a mountain for dick is what I put. Yeah.
I mean, if you're going with her liking Billy, sure.
Honestly.
You're too hot.
Yeah, so honestly, that's...
Quick aside about that. So when she yells for Billy in that episode, that's the audio that they took for the Once and Always special when she dies. Like, because she yells for Billy because she's going to save him. But they took that audio and put it for that.
That's rude.
Yeah.
It's going to make all of us sad now.
I know.
This is that ICP thing all over again.
It really is.
Anyway.
It's taking a turn.
Yeah. Now I'm depressed about this. We were just talking about how she climbed a mountain for dick.
For
and now
Dick.
you're,
Like, oh, when she died. Damn.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't have socials for this one yet, so we're probably have to get on that.
No.
You need to.
Just personals, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you can check us. You check out the other show, Wide Range of Convo, on Instagram. There is I'm Not Charted on all socials. Eric is _Eric _989. Sean, where do you want if you want people to find you?
Sean M. Connolly on Insta, and then Twitter X is Connolly Creates.
Twitix.
The Twitix. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna be doing these a little bit more frequently now because we've actually gotten kind of a people won't like it, the first one especially. So
Yeah, I got a request that I can't wait till we do the one about the pig that eats everything.
Which is technically the second episode because that's the second one that aired. Just FYI.
see, look, this is why we have. We need to, even when you're not on the show because scheduling whatever. But
Sure.
we need to have you. We'll call you.
Hey, any
Put it up
quick
here.
trivia about this?
Yeah. We'll just put that on there. We'll just show like a picture of a phone. Sean says about this episode.
Right.
Anyway, but yeah, we thank you very much for listening to us, and we got what I don't remember what the third episode is. Do you know what the third episode is?
No, it's not in my head.
Nope. You should probably know that. Well, anyway, this is only the second time we've done this, so we thank you for listening, and
Till next time.
I like that.
No, it's good.
You're welcome.